Yeah, as a 40-year-plus geology teacher at Cal Poly, I used to go out to the Carrizo Plain all the time. I got to deeply love the place because of its varied geology. But I got sucked into the Native Plant Society by my wife by marrying into it. And I've actually ended up being like over 20 years doing conservation with them. And about 10 years ago, I got sucked into the Friends of the Carrizo Plain. And eventually, the worst suck of all, I'm now the president. What we do actually is fund what BLM can't fund out there. So we bring out schools, we fund all the stuff in the visitor center. Last year, or 2 years ago, we had to grade roads for them. We're going to buy them toilets if there's a Superbloom and things like that. I will refer the need for money here because there are only 5 of us on the board, and all of our funds come in from membership. So I've got some little flyers, little half sheets on the exit table, and we'd love some corporate membership or individual membership just to help us out in our activities. Now, you asked me here about the flowers, and the answer is yes. We think there will be a Superbloom, but a word of caution, we never quite know what it's going to do and when it's going to do it and where it's going to do it. The rainfall in the Carrizo is highly variable. It is actually technically a desert, the geographer's sense, and the southern end of the plain often gets less than 4 inches of rain, even on a good year. I think we're well in the 10-inch rain at the north end, and that looks good. So, where to go? Well, first of all, don't go on the dirt roads if it's been raining, except for Elkhorn. The best road, of course, is Soda Lake Road, coming in from 58, and you're about an hour and a half slow driving. The flowers all the way out anyway, and that will take you down to the visitor center and a vast number of flowers. Some of the best stuff that gets in the international press is along the Temblor Range, and you'll probably want to attack that through Elkhorn Road, which is more or less where Highway 58 has finished crossing the valley and starts up through the Temblor Range on the eastern side. If you sneak south on what's called 7 Mile Road to some houses there, you'll find the start of that road, the dirt road, and that's where those gigantic mass color hills are that you see. But when you get them, it is sort of a matter of chance as to what the rain did, and also, strangely enough, how healthy the grasses are, because when the grasses are growing out there, you basically can have them smother the rather low plants. It's a very short blooming season. The things out there are very tough. They throw seed. It can sit in 10 years of drought and then come up, if the rain comes at the right time, in a great mass very, very quickly. So it's sort of well worth going to our website, carrizo.org, or the CMPS website. And I'm proud to announce that we've just finished a booklet on the total flowers of the Carrizo Plain. It's actually, we're collecting it from the printer on this week, and it is going to be available at the visitor center. It has all the flowers you're likely to see, and it's $5 or so, real cheap. But I'd also plug something else which is fantastic on the CMPS SLO website, and that's all these things I have on a piece of paper. We have a digital download, which we designed for tablets and phones, and it's got all of the 300 flowering species out there, arranged by color and petal size, and you can just tap, say, yellow flowers, 5 petals, and there they all are for you, and you can become a 300 species genius in a matter of seconds. So we do recommend that. That's a sort of $10 download to help us with the site. But anyway, I thoroughly recommend going out there, even if you don't have a massive flower season. The place is beautiful all the time. It's very hot in the summer, as you know, so the best times are before May and when it stops raining. Best places, I think, are Simla Road, which is definitely a no-rain place, because it's a wet clay. It's the very south end of Soda Lake. So when you go down with Soda Lake on your east side, as soon as you get to the end, look for Similar Road, and that is massive. Try walking south from that. There are 3 other Soda Lakes that nobody seems to know about farther south, and covered in flowers. Another wonderful thing to do if you are a brave driver is go to the very summit of Carrizo, the Caliente Mountain, and that has wonderful flower displays, especially on the Cuyama Valley side. One caution though, high clearance recommended, and it has little precipity sides, so you don't want to meet somebody coming down. In Superbloom you will, so it's a little hairy, but anyway, you should have some fun up there. So we'd love to see you out there, and please support the Friends of the Carrizo Plain. Thank you.